Welcome to Botox at the Bar, where shots and beauty mingle. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz.
And we are the co-owners of Botox Bar, a med spa in Maple Grove, Minnesota. So today we are going to be talking about how to build your assets. What could that possibly mean, right? So we are going to be going into how we can enhance your current bone structure in your face. Wherever you have bone in your face, we can build your assets and make it so that it's stronger, it looks more symmetrical, it lifts your face up. And we're going to be talking about specifically a dermal filler called Juvederm Voluma. It is our favorite filler, and I know Nurse Liz is excited to talk about this and all the things that she can do with Voluma and different places that she can use it off-label as well as on-label. We are not giving medical advice on our podcast, so please consult with your doctor. Everything we say here is our opinion and our opinion only. So Nurse Liz, talk to us about Juvederm Voluma, your experience with it. What do people use it for?
Okay. So a lot of people think it's just for the cheeks, which is one of the main things it is for. It will build your cheek, kind of give you this like Hollywood shelf.
Yeah,
that
like
they
that
want,
contour.
the runway cheek, they call it, some of them, contour. A lot of ladies come in and they're like, I can't find where to put my blush anymore. And I'm like, well, we got this product that can help you. It just chisels out your cheek, gives you this little nice curvature, lifts back up your face. Aesthetically, we want to have our face look like this. Always go up. This. We don't want it like this.
This is a no-no.
And that's what happens as we age. We want to drop like this.
Yeah.
So adding a little bit of filler back into your cheeks can lift. Now, there's different ways you can do that. Some people want it in the front, and some people want it just in the back. And so we can do both. We never know how much you're going to need until we get started. We can make a guess, but a lot of times people need less than what we thought, and sometimes they need more than what we thought. Depends. You can put some in some people and you're like, well, where is this going? It's like it absorbs through. And then other people, you just put a little bit in and it just builds. But this is the best stacking filler available, I believe. That's my belief. So basically people use it for the cheeks. You can build chins with it. You can build the jawline with it. You can build noses. Like I've had many, many clients that their nose is crooked for whatever reason. Maybe they've had a fall, so at some point broke their nose. I'm not sure, but they do not want to have a rhinoplasty. They're just not into that. They just want it fixed so they can look correct. So we just do that. We fix the nose and it looks beautiful.
It's a 5-minute nose job.
Right. The most time it takes is the numbing. We do numb you so that you're comfortable. This is a deep filler. It goes down to the bone and sits right on your bone underneath your muscle and everything and just kind of pulls up. But you can use it in the tissue too. You just have to be careful when you're doing that so you don't occlude anything, because this is a really great building block.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And so can people get one syringe, half a syringe? Like, how do people purchase Voluma? I guess
it's purchased per syringe. It's $900 a syringe.
Okay.
And we don't know, like I said, if you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You might need more. So, but we can put this in with needles and we can do it with cannula too.
Oh, what's a cannula?
So a cannula is just a long hollow tube. It's just that. It's a cannula. You put it in and you can distribute product further back. You can distribute it in little threads, per se.
Is it painful?
I don't think it's none of it's painful. We numb you. You can feel some pressure.
Because I get nervous when you're sticking a needle in you,
I know.
I'm scared.
But we use ice and we use numbing cream. And what people do notice when they're having this filler is the pressure, because you're changing the pressure in your face.
And you can instantly see it.
Yeah. When
which
you
is
leave
amazing.
Here, you will know what
know what you're going to look like.
Yes.
What about bruising and all that?
Yeah, you can get bruising. So we say don't take anything that's blood thinner. No NSAIDs, no ibuprofen, no aspirin, no alcohol for 4 or 5 days.
Or like omegas even.
Yeah, omegas, yeah. And then you can use Arnica Montana pellets, about 4 days before you're going to come in. You can start putting those under your tongue to help, support not getting bruised. We will use ice. So we'll numb you and we'll clean it off and we'll put ice on to close down the blood vessels. But that doesn't mean you won't get a bruise. You still might.
Okay.
And so, but a bruise is a bruise, Nicole.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
you get a bruise when you hit your leg too, right? But this changes your whole look, so it's worth it.
Yes, it is.
But you do have to make sure you don't have something major going on.
No big event.
You know, that's coming up because somebody's going to think somebody beat you up if you got a bruise on your face, right?
Well, and what I love what we've done, because some people will get a bruise. Some people will get nothing.
Right.
You can't even tell that they you can see the filler, but you can't even tell that you poked them. And
exactly.
So everybody's different. But one thing that we have come up with is an aftercare kit, but also we also give a concealer cover up when you buy 2 syringes or more. There's extra things that we'll give you to kind of cover that up.
And we just say we don't want you to be putting makeup on right away, but if you are going to do that because you have somewhere to go, use the clean new makeup that we give you.
Yes.
That's why we give it to them.
Yeah.
We want them to not introduce any bacteria into the holes that we've placed in their face. That takes a couple days to close.
Right. So there's really not, from what I'm hearing from you, there's really not any downtime. It's more social downtime.
Exactly.
It's not like you're laying in bed, you're recovering from a surgery by any means.
No.
It's okay, you might look a little beat up for the first couple days or so, but you can work from home still. Maybe you can still do
Most
stuff.
people can just go about and nobody even knows that they had anything done.
Yeah.
It's occasional that you'll get a bruise. You might see a little poke hole, but it does heal itself, and you can use just a dab of cover-up to cover it up.
Right. So if I was out celebrating my birthday the night before, had glasses of wine, some sugar and cake, I'm probably going to bruise the next day having my treatment.
Right.
And some people are cool with that. They're like, you know what? I know the deal. It is what it is. And there's other times where I have gone to you and I've more than prepared. I've no alcohol. No, I've been taking my arnica pellets. I'm putting arnica cream on my face. I'm getting ready, and I bruise like crazy.
I know.
I mean, you just can't predict it.
You can't predict it.
I think that people, I like this conversation because I want people to know that every time you get a treatment with Voluma, every time it's going to be different. It's every time you have a baby, it's a different experience.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, and basically the needles are very small. It's not like we're jamming huge needles into your face. We are not. They're very small. And this is what a syringe of Voluma looks like. It's 1 cc. It's not that much. And
it's really like a little tablespoon. Like when you look at
it's
how much
fifth.
is
it's a fifth
of a tablespoon. Yes. So it's so little when you put it on a spoon and you see how much filler that actually is. People think, oh, I'm getting 2 syringes. It's a lot. That's nothing.
And
it's not much.
No, it's not much. 2 syringes is not a lot, but it can do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It can do a lot.
Well, lifted. I was so hollow.
You had no cheeks.
I had no cheeks. I just have a little face, and I'm more elongated.
Right.
I needed lift and to widen a bit, and it completely brought youth back to my face, freshness.
Right.
People couldn't tell. They're like, you look great, but I don't know what you did.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. They think you got your hair done.
Yes.
Or your lips done.
Yeah, they're just like, what's going on? You look really good.
Right,
it's
exactly.
Like, it's Voluma.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Voluma.
It's such a great product. It really is, because you can really change your look.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you do to bring your face back up?
Yeah.
Once you lose that volume in your face, it's like gone. You can't. Nothing. Botox doesn't replace that. Right. Nothing replaces it. You're losing volume and bone.
Oof.
Continually.
That's what you get. Yeah, and the men that get this done, so many men are so sunken in because, like you said, you're losing bone, you're losing volume, especially if they're golfers and they're out in the sun all the time. They're sunken in here, and you'll see the indent, or their eyes are sunken in. They think they need filler under their eyes. No, it's usually cheeks.
And we want to always say, if you're coming in and you want to make a change, we want to start with your mid face, which is your cheeks, because that's going to pull everything up. Then we can see, do you need filler under your eyes? Maybe you don't even. Yeah. Do you need filler in your nasolabial folds or your marionette lines? Do we need any?
Yeah,
maybe
you might
you don't.
not.
You might not.
That's a good point when you bring up the lines here. How do you say it?
Nasolabial folds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when you get cheeks sometimes, so if you think I'm lifting up here, not that I'm going to be severe, but the line goes away.
Right. Right.
So it just kind of does a little pop here and then that line's gone.
Right.
That is huge because you're right. Then you're not spending all this money on other fillers.
Well,
'cause
you can
don't
look
need-
funny when you if you're trying to just get around your mouth, you can start to look like a monkey mouth where it's
Yep.
protruding when you don't have the cheeks to support it.
It's so
Or the
true.
same thing with your under eyes. You get under eyes. That tissue is so sensitive and so fine, it can't support filler sometimes. So and it can drag down even more,
Yeah.
and it can look puffy.
Yep.
So you got to have the cheeks to support any of the other filler in the face. Otherwise, it can look so funny. And then you spent all this money and you still don't look fresh.
Right. That's a good point. And that's where you guys, all the nurses here are artists with a needle. You really
Right.
are. And,
Right.
you know, I see, and I'm curious what you think, I would say 80% of our clients that come in and sit in the chair and they're looking at their face probably need cheeks.
Exactly.
Is that about what you
I would say, and the reason is like I said, we're losing bone and we're losing volume.
Mhm. And what age does that start?
That starts in your 20s, believe it or not.
Really? So people in their 30s, 40s can be getting their cheeks
Yes,
done.
they're starting to really notice it in their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because now it's happening for a while. At first,
Yep.
they don't really know what's going on, but then when they get into their 30s, they're like, holy cow, what's going on? I'm starting to look tired and
Yes.
and you know, I don't look rested at all, and it's from the loss of volume and
Yep.
bone. Yeah.
Well, you had to put, I think it was 2 syringes on my driver's side.
I know.
Because the sun hits that side.
And
I
that's
get
the
2
other thing. It's not even. It doesn't, when you come in, I'm not going to put one syringe on one side, one syringe on, I'm going to make your cheeks even first, and then we'll make them bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
you
have
go
to-
from asymmetrical to symmetrical.
Yes.
So that's
before
a whole
we
nother
adjust
thing.
the size of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
because I
gotta
did
get-
2 on one side and 1.5 on the other.
Right.
So it was very interesting. So
And I have the same problem. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is the side that you sleep on is going to be
yes.
a lot flatter. Like a
Yep.
lot of people get really flat in here because they're sleeping on that.
Yeah.
And so that side of their face is really flat and the other side's fuller.
So that brings me to a good question about aftercare. So I get my cheeks done, I spend the money, I invest in it. First of all, how long does it last?
It lasts up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years,
Right.
which is a great investment.
It is.
That's huge that you'd get that much out of it.
And remember, when I'm poking you and putting this filler in your face, I'm actually causing your body to build collagen also.
oh,
It's
yes.
not going to be like getting a Morpheus 8 treatment, but it is going to help your body to recognize something's going on here. I need to build some collagen. So it is helping you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I get my filler, I get the Voluma done. What's my aftercare like? Because sleeping on the side, I'm a side sleeper.
Yeah, you need to be on your back.
For how long?
As long as you can.
Okay.
But you'll know because you're going to feel pressure and you're going to feel sore. And then, it's not painful, but you'll feel that
You just
pressure.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something is different.
Well, all of a sudden, I could see my cheeks
Yeah.
in the peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my first time having it done, I was like, okay, I can kind of see them. Like all of a sudden, it's kind of wild. But you're right. I put pillows on each side of the bed.
Right.
And I'll be like, okay, because I want to turn to the side because I'm
Right.
so natural side sleeper. So
I
that's
know.
always advice you give us is
kind
stay
of
block yourself.
Right. If you can stay on your back for at least a week or so,
Yeah.
because you want that filler to really set in before you start putting pressure on it
Sure.
to try to move it.
Yeah.
And if you sleep on it right away, you will move it.
Yep.
You will
exactly.
flatten it out, and then it's going to go right around where you sleep, and you're going to look funny.
Yep. Well, and yeah, we want you to look symmetrical, even. We want this to lift your face. But the off-label stuff with Voluma, which I think is getting more interesting, is what you brought up briefly, is kind of preventing the rhinoplasty,
Right.
of doing the 5-minute nose job. We're getting
Right.
more and more clients, men
Right.
and women,
And it's
building the
amazing.
chin too.
Well, the chin is not off-label any
That's
longer.
true.
That was approved now.
Yes.
So that is,
But the nose
But the
part,
nose part.
Oh, unbelievable what
Yeah.
you can do. It makes the nose look smaller. I don't know how it
Right.
works, but you really make it straight.
Yeah, you're
amazing.
adding filler. It's kind of an illusion because
It
you're adding
is.
filler, and the nose can look like more spread out before than when you're done. When you're done, it's more sleek looking, and Yeah, it looks great.
It is great. It's great. And then the jawline too.
Right.
You can build that.
Yeah.
That is good. Now, you wouldn't want to do that if you're doing Evoke, because the Evoke's going to kind of
Right.
melt that
That's
a bit.
why I say fillers should, if you're trying to do this in the right order,
Okay.
you're going to want to do your devices first.
Yeah.
Morpheus 8, finish your treatments, see where you're at, then you can add your filler. Same with these devices, because if you're adding filler and then doing these devices, it's going to
Evoke and evolve. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
It will be removing it faster for
Yeah.
you, and you
Yeah.
don't want that.
Exactly. Because you're tightening skin, but you're also reducing fat, and you're
Yeah.
trying to you're contouring. So
Right.
that's a really good point. And I think what we're seeing for clients coming in, when they'll come in, they'll want some Botox.
Right.
Then they're sitting there, and that's when the consult kind of happens, of them talking, like looking in the mirror with their handheld mirror, saying, well, what areas, we could lift this up. We could do that.
Right.
It's a plan. You don't have to do it right then and there. You have, you can take
Right.
the time to save for it, or
Right. And
get
if
a
people
payment
come
plan
in
together.
and they want a consult, I'm going to give them a consult. I'm going to give them
Yes.
the information. And some people do get offended when you tell them they need this or they need that, and it's never meant for that.
Right.
It's only for information so that they can have the education to know what they want to do. Because I really
Exactly.
don't care if you get your cheeks done.
Right.
That's
exactly.
on you. If you want your cheeks done, I know how to do it,
Mhm.
and I can do it for you. And
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the information so that you can decide if it's for you or not, because you're the one who looks at your face every day.
Well, and you're the expert. You're the one that is looking at the dimensions and the face and the structure and going, okay, if you really want to turn back the clock and look fresh,
Right.
this is what we could do.
Right.
Now, if you're open to that, I can go down, deeper
Right.
about how much is this going to cost, how this is
Right.
going to work, the time it's going to take,
Yeah.
all the things.
Exactly.
But you are very good about, really assessing. All the nurses here are. Really,
Yeah.
they assess the whole face, but the whole person of
Yeah.
what could they
And
handle.
one of the things about being in this field is we can do that.
Mhm.
We look at it and we're like, okay, I know exactly what you need. You need that, and this is what I would do here. And this is the order I would do it in, blah, blah, blah. But you might have a totally different. I had
Yeah.
a client actually tell me, I mean, she wasn't, I met her out and about. She
Sure.
wasn't a client, but she was talking to me about getting treatments. And I knew exactly I knew what she was talking about. So I thought, because I knew what I thought. Right? I had her all assessed up, right?
Right. Oh.
And she goes, I just want to get this down here. This is bothering me so much. That was the least of her problems, as far as I could see.
But it was what she
But
was
that's what
concerned with.
so I was very happy that I did not tell her my plan. And that, because she wasn't sitting in my chair. I
Yes.
was really happy I zipped it, because that's really hard for me. Whenever
Right?
I want to help people, I want
Right.
to tell people how they can look their best, right? And so, when she told me that, I thought, that's interesting. That it was what
Yes.
she saw, and I saw a whole nother thing. I
Oh,
saw
wow.
a whole bunch of other problems.
Well, I should get you a T-shirt that says, "I'm really not listening to you. I'm figuring out how many units you need of Botox and how many syringes of filler that you need."
Exactly.
Because really, it's like you're correcting and figuring out And I notice I do that too now. I'll see people out and I'll see the big deep lines in their forehead, or I'll see the jowls. I'm like, oh, we could totally take care of that.
Some people, that isn't their issue.
No,
That
no.
isn't
Or they
even
don't
what
care.
they're
It's not-
concerned about.
yeah,
They're concerned
exactly.
about something totally different.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure we address what they want, right?
Yes, you got to listen to
You
the
got to
client.
listen to the client. I mean, I
Yes.
can have my own opinions, but it's not my face.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Really good point. So that's really what we do here. We listen,
Yeah.
we give assessments, we discuss things before we, put things in your face or in your body, because we want you to know what it is, how much is it going to cost,
Right.
what you're in for. Many med spas, all of a sudden, they're getting filler, they're getting Botox. They have no idea what was put in their face. And then they go to the front desk and they get this huge bill. And they have
Yeah.
no idea what they just signed up for.
Nick, I'm going to tell you, I've had clients that have come here from other med spas, and they're in my chair, and I've asked them, do you have filler in your cheeks, or do you have filler in your lips, or, and they do, but they have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they've just forgotten, but most
Which
of them
could be.
But most of them do tell me that they weren't told what was put in. So they don't actually ever know. And I'm like, you need to know that information. That's important to know.
It is important. And we're all about education.
Yes.
Education and knowledge and knowing what you're about to go through and how this all works is so important for us and for our clients. So that's what I love about Botox Bar is we're very transparent.
Yes,
you know,
we
of
are.
what's going on here and how we're working.
Well, we
with
have
the
our
client.
pricing and everything online. A lot of med spas don't do that.
Yeah.
Some do.
There's no secret.
There's no secret. It is what it is. We try to keep our prices as low as we can. We want to be able to service as many people as possible. We don't want to just service one population.
Right. We want it available to the masses.
Yes.
Absolutely. Everybody deserves.
Because everybody deserves to feel good, right?
Absolutely. We say it all the time, right?
I know.
We do. We're like, everybody deserves this. This is amazing.
I know.
Because when they're leaving or they come back after the results are fully set in, they're just glowing. They're on cloud nine. They can't believe how the compliments build them up in confidence.
Exactly.
That's what happens when they're getting, you know, when they're, first of all, spending money or investing money on themselves, but also taking the time.
Because a lot of women don't do that. They aren't worthy.
Yeah.
Right? They don't think they're worthy.
Their worth level is lower.
Right.
So we up that. We bring up their confidence. We bring up all the compliments around them, and they're just standing taller as they're going to work and going out to the store, and when they're with their family, they just exude.
It's like
confidence.
putting on a new outfit and you feel great and you walk tall and proud, right?
Yes. We all need that, and we deserve that for sure.
Exactly. Yep. If you'd ever let me out of this uniform, I could dress loud and proud too.
Well, you know, we got to have logos and all that.
I know. By the way, I love our shirts.
I know. They're super fun, right? And you can purchase one at Botox Bar. Yeah. We have some left.
We love it.
Yes.
They have the rhinestones. I'm all about that. I love a little glam.
We're all about bling.
That's right. Right.
Yes. So if you're interested in Juvederm Voluma and would like a consultation, you can book on our online with BotoxBar.com or download our app. You can actually book on our app as well, or call us at 763-205-6952. We hope to see you soon at the Botox Bar. Thank you for listening, and be sure to download our app to save time and money.